So Mercedes Mone says she deserves to be the highest paid women's wrestler in the world. So she deserves to be the highest paid women's wrestler in the world. I don't know. My vote is Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Someone who actually draws a real crowd.
Yeah. Let's stack up numbers. I would love someone to do that chat. Someone who's got the time, who's not doing a pod. Go over there, crunch some numbers, figure it out for me. I want to see Mercedes versus Rhea year over year. So,
or just like
Shane McMahon with the Young Bucks. I mean, Bucks. Sorry, what's that?
I say what they do, like where there's like the signings and stuff where Rhea sells out her tickets, and then Mercedes is on like a balcony yelling at fans, booing her. You know, like there's a big difference. Rhea's way bigger.
So Shane McMahon saw the Young Bucks on a flight, and then they took a picture together. People are speculating. I won't lie, though. I think it's Nick Jackson. He's got a pretty nice shirt on. I won't lie. That Raphael from the Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh, yeah, that is what that is.
Yeah, it's a cool shirt, dude. I won't lie.
That's pretty good. Is that like right before he fights Casey Jones? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like when he's on the roof doing his like, like when he's all angry and shit.
Yeah, when he's doing, yeah. I love that movie.
And then I think the ninjas attack him or whatever. Yeah, I fucking love that movie. But anyways, though, Rafi in that shirt is amazing. But that aside, these two goofballs are with Shane McMahon in a picture, right? We see Tony Khan and Shane having a secret meeting. Secret deals go down on planes all the time, especially secret meetings. Shane's being too obvious with this picture. I think he's so obvious with it because he knows it'll drum up, but he's not actually going to do anything with AEW. Maybe he invests in it or something. I could see that maybe happening one day. Maybe, but I just don't think I could see him investing in something that he doesn't think would be a threat to WWE. But after watching this Vince Doc, loyalty and family is so important to Shane, just like his dad got to where I think that Shane, but also they talk about how business is different. Like business, you can't take it personally, but Shane is sort of different from his dad in that Shane is like, nah, dude. Like when Hogan went over there, it was like a slap in the face.
I was just going to say the Hogan thing. I was just going to
he thought it was a slap in the face. He took it a little personally and stuff.
It seemed like he still has a little bit of a grudge.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like even then.
And I don't think Shane would go against his dad's creation or his sister or Trips. I don't think he would do that just out of like a foundation, like a basis of loyalty that's just ingrained in him. That's the way I see it. I don't know, but it's funny that the Bucks are like, who do you think asked who to take a picture?
Right. So I fully agree with you. I think there would be a if, like, let's say AEW was doing well still, and not they were packing houses, but getting, I don't know, averaging 8,000 to 10,000, maybe a little less in houses, and drawing decent numbers, and he could see that and see, hey, maybe I could help to grow them. But it's like anybody with the brain sees what they're doing and knows there's no chance of it ever really improving.
No chance in hell. You got no chance.
It's the best. But really, like, there's just there's no way, there is no game changer for that company until it's at the top. And I would still be very shocked if Shane does anything with them, actually, in any capacity, just because why? They're not gonna do anything. They're not gonna grow.
So, speaking of not going to grow, Dustin Rhodes opened his own wrestling fed, which you're like, okay, now he could be doing this to work with WWE that's working with all these feds. What's going on? His contract's coming up. Dustin Rhodes is expected to renew his AEW contract. I pray unless it's a 1-year deal, like Tony's dishing out, like he just gave Saraya a 1-year deal, probably for so much money, dude. Probably for so much cheese. And so Dustin Rhodes, man, he's gonna renew. Now I could see him taking the money and being like, dude, I need this money to fund my own fed, and that's whatever. And then I could work with AEW and book my own and then pump talent into AEW or whatever. I could see that happening. Here's the thing, though. Selfishly, I'm like, we need Goldust in the Hall of Fame. We need Dustin Rhodes in the Hall of Fame. We need him and Cody to have that moment on TV. Or even, dude, I'm not saying, listen, AEW wants to steal WWE all the time and steal other people all the time. They're going to redo the Ricochet Ospreay match. And wrestling's sort of like that. You do one kind of match in one territory, you go to the next one and go, well, I did this over there and it got over. Dustin Cody and WWE, man, that sort of what they did in AEW, or them even teaming up against some bloodline dudes. Something like that. That's what I want so badly. He needs one last run, not even at a world title, or just to be there in WWE, get inducted in the Hall of Fame, be involved in NXT, be involved with this new crop of talent in WWE. That's what I want to see out of Dustin Rhodes. But
he awesome.
He's a legend and can do whatever he wants, and I applaud him, and I'll always support Dustin Rhodes. But God damn, do I want him back in WWE so badly. And Undertaker said, oh, yeah, once he's out of that place, it's a shoe-in, you know? And Conrad Thompson talked to him a long time ago about, like, yeah, well, we know another name, Eric, that might be in the Hall of Fame soon. He was talking about Dustin Rhodes. I didn't stooge it back then, but I said on my show, I covered both of their clips. This is a long time ago, and I was like, listen, what I'm hearing, too, this is what's up. That's who it was. I didn't want to stooge it for Conrad back then, but that's who he was talking about. I made it very obvious, though. It didn't happen when everybody was thinking, I don't think, because everyone thought it would happen before Mania 40, I think. That's my opinion. But it didn't go down then, but it should go down now. But honestly, if they're going to pay Dustin $1 million to stay here for a year, do it, man. Don't listen.
Yeah, take the money, because the Hall of Fame's not going anywhere like that. No.
And you put your body through it all. And there's no way if Dustin said, hey, can I please just go do the Hall of Fame? There's no way they wouldn't work out like a TNA deal, like what they did with Christian or Flair. Sorry, go ahead there, Jake.
Oh, no, I was just fully agreeing with you. I was just saying that, like, if he doesn't he might not be able to do the in-ring stuff in WWE, and that would be really cool to see for us fans, but the rest of it's always there. Like, that's not going anywhere. He can pretty much, whenever he wants to, can go be a part of the Hall of Fame and probably be allowed to, if not be a full-time NXT employee, be allowed to go in and coach when he chooses. Because I know he's really pumped with his own school, because that's where the federation that he's starting is tied to the school, tied to the Rhodes. I think it's just the Rhodes Wrestling Academy is what I think it is. I'm not quite sure, but I know
it's called like the Rhodes Wrestling Association or something.
Which makes sense, because the association would be the federation from the Rhodes Wrestling Academy, which is a school. It's all tied together. Makes sense.
Yeah. Who would be excited enough for Shane in 2024 for the need for a secret plane meeting? Bro, that's the thing. I agree. That's why because I just don't want to be like, well, Phil, you're saying this and then you're saying that. Like, before, I've told you guys, in Hollywood, in the wrestling business too, secret meetings happen on planes. They happen in little conference rooms. They happen in cars really briefly. Deals get done on napkins with handshakes and all the time. I'm telling you right now. We just happen to be on the same flight. Punk tells that story. Oh, I just happened to be on a flight
with everybody.
And Jason Jordan happens to be there, who's a producer, and we're sitting next. Oh, hey, and WWE's in Chicago. Yeah. So let me go see Bailey backstage. I just wanted to go visit Bailey, not having any talks about, it's obviously like, what are they doing? Like, it's obvious what they're doing. So, nobody's excited for Shane, though. Nobody. Who wants that? And he called their dad Harvey Weinstein.
Right?
Or he called, Shane's dad Harvey Weinstein. You gonna, really, dude? You're going to go there and support these idiots? I just don't. Thank you so much for the super chat. But yeah, you're right. I get that. I know you're saying it's our cat. Like, who is, I know it's a rhetorical question. But yeah, exclusive. Shane McMahon claims it was a coincidence he was on the same flight as AEW's The Young Bucks following Grand Slam. Shane McMahon and the Bucks were seen speaking and laughing together. Oh, really? Laughing together about what? Oh, your grapist dad. Oh, that dumb dog. Like, what do you, they try to paint it like it's, yeah, they're being cordial and nice, bro. Like, what the McMahon was sat in the row directly behind the EVPs in the first class section of the plane. Despite being sat so close together, McMahon claimed to a person on the flight that it was a coincidence that he was on the same flight as the Bucks. Who's on the flight asking? Oh, no, it's just a coincidence we're on the same flight. He said that to someone who was on the flight. Makes me think it wasn't a coincidence. That's all I'm saying, guys. So,
because whoever's in first class doesn't care. If whoever else he could talk.
That's what I mean. Who the fuck first class with these guys? Bon Jovi? Yeah. He's like, what's like who the? So stupid. They did not interact much throughout the flight as the Young Bucks slept most of the journey to Salt Lake, with all three of them waiting back after the plane landed to take a photo together. Yeah, they were talking about shit. Let's be honest. I don't know. Shane I don't know, man. This Vince doc made me think, no, there's no way they can do it. But I could see Shane investing in AEW down the line.
It could happen.
Because like everyone wants to get into wrestling, and Shane invests in, but yeah, I just don't see him turning his back on the WWE like that.
Right. That's right. Yeah. And like I said, unless there was a reason to, like, you know, like if he really thought he could make a difference. But what difference can be made in that company? You know, unless you're drinking Tony's Kool-Aid. I think Shane's too smart for that.
So AEW's MJF has been cast in Happy Gilmore 2, starring alongside is Adam Sandler, Bad Bunny, Travis Kelce. Friedman will reportedly play the role of Gordy, one of Happy Gilmore's sons. That's actually amazing casting. Picture Adam Sandler right now. Picture him right now in your head, like old Adam Sandler, current Sandler, and then MJF's his like asshole son, or like some, I don't know, squeaky clean, like do the opposite of what he does in wrestling. He's like this squeaky clean kid.
Or
one
like
of his sons. So he's gonna have more than one.
You feel like Happy Sons will all have like different traits of him or whatever. It's like one will be kind of goofy, and one of them can just be a super angry son. He could do that pretty damn well. You know, like
really aggro hockey player.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, super. Just like the one who's always getting in fights and just not any really good at the actual hockey of it. But he's like, "Oh, regulation size or what?" Yeah, that.
And part, guys, like, this is important too. People go like, "Oh, MJF should have went to the Fed." No, guys, he people forget his scenes got cut from the Iron Claw. Okay, guess what? He was in a scene, for just so you guys know. I know it's blink and you miss it, but you idiots don't look away from your phones when you're consuming. So seriously, man, that's how I felt about the Vince doc. Everyone's just, what, you guys are clipping it as you're watching it. Chill for a minute. Absorb it, digest it, and figure out what the actually happened, and look at the nuances of what they say and how they say it, and like how they convay
body
things.
language means so much, and people, if you're looking at your phone, and so, like the facials in that documentary, like I've been making sure to, because I'll watch certain things or do certain things where I don't keep an eye on the TV. This one, like it's taken me longer to watch it because I have wanted to make sure, like, no, I don't even want to watch it while I'm eating. I want to sit down and like actually consume it, because there's so much to what people say and how they say it, not just what they're saying.
And so MJF, he actually executive produced the Iron Claw as well, you dummies, okay? And I don't know who I'm talking to when I'm saying this. I'm just shooting at the IWC. Probably not here, because they probably all hate me because I say like this. But yeah, dude, he executive produced that film as well, so he put some money up for that. Good move. That's such a smart move. A24, they'll take all types.
Just gonna say that
they're
with them.
Fully independent, man. They'll take your money, and it's a good wrestling film. And then you don't be a mark for yourself. You shoot some scenes, they cut it. Cool. Now he's in this Adam Sandler flick. This is why it's important that MJF, still in his 20s, takes Tony Khan's millions while what has he been doing? He goes, when he does show up, he puts on some of their most compelling stuff and tries his best, does the best work he can. But I don't blame him for like, no, I'm going to go build this foundation and get all of these relationships, because if I do break my leg or something in this ring, I have something else there when I'm 40 or 50 and I can't do this anymore. And then when it's because wrestling's still obviously a passion of his, and then when he's got all of these ducks in a row, when the kid's 32 and his deal's up with AEW or whatever, you think he can't show up in WWE, have a 5-year run, headline a WrestleMania, do everything there is to do, you know, like you don't think that's in the books, and then he'll only be bigger because of the little seeds he's planting right now, and then he always has that as a fallback, and then he also always has that to go into when it's all done. One day he will take a pay cut for the legacy and the bigger money. Matt Morgan broke it down for us, Daddy. Don't listen to your boy Phil. Listen to the people who've been there and done that. WWE is all about, you get paid less now, a grueling schedule now, but in the long run, you're paid more, your legacy's more, you're more valuable.
Lives forever.
Lives forever, dude. AEW can't replicate that. Doesn't matter if Tony's around for 100 years. unless something crazy happens where he buys the WWE. There's no way he could ever replicate that. No one could do that. And anybody who's ever done that, WWE absorbed them. So MJF, I love this. Do this movie. People stop boo-booing him. Let him get his money until he's 35, and then he'll go end his in WWE and hopefully put on an amazing run with, who knows if Cody will even be wrestling by then. He's getting up there in age, but yeah.
But I mean, well, Cody just re-signed a decent term deal, and he's only like 38, 39. Like with the way people take care of their bodies now too, and how medical science is.
Yeah.
And plus too, if he's smart enough to do the stuff with Tony Wright, and yet take breaks. I mean, he came back in May, and now it's September, and he's probably going to be out for another 2 or 3 months. Like, just take a break. I never faulted him for taking the bag from Tony. It was smart to do with, build himself up now. So then also too, when he does come into WWE, he doesn't have to build himself up and, eat and like it. He can pretty much just jump right into the main event scene.
And although he's a natural, everyone's like, well, he's a natural on the screen, like for the wrestling thing. Yeah, but what do they do in WWE? They give people like promo class and acting class and all that. Mm-hmm. So MJF's doing all that. He's getting those reps in that none of these other kids in AEW are doing by doing these legit movies. And he's doing real movies, guy. Okay? And so he's going
to straight to DVD crap that no one's seen that's in the bargain bin at Walmart or whatever.
Right, straight to
what
Netflix.
Is Jericho doing? The Hallmark Channel ones?
Right, and it's straight to Netflix for Happy Gilmore too, but they give Adam Sandler...
That's a big difference.
Right, but they give Sandler like $100 million a year to just do all of his stuff on Netflix, And if it does good enough, it'll have a run in select theaters too. It's a huge Sandler movie. Even if you guys hate them, Hubie Halloween's dumb. Everyone watches it. Everyone's watched that movie. Like, I don't care who you are.
I was gonna say those are in the top 10. Usually his movies are in the top 10 of Netflix for a couple of weeks, couple of months, and that means people are watching it. So it's smart.
So this Stephanie,
I saw this
Chase or something. She goes,
Stephanie M. Chase. Yeah, we talked about her last time. We were to Stephanie M. Chase. Yeah.
And so she goes, MVP came out and I could not see him at all. I had no idea who the crowd was reacting to. This is why you don't put media here, and it's not just me having this problem. And then genuinely pissed, I missed the debut of MVP, and then all of a sudden she's like, got a much better seat now. AEW recognized the problem and corrected it, which is great. But like, dude, I don't know, just crazy. Building all flagged off and empty looking, and they sat her there. She's part of the media. I don't even know what she writes for or anything, but silly. And then they just put her like right here. When I went to Dynamite last time, me and my girl were sitting like in the same spot, and we had the whole empty row to ourselves. And I'm not kidding. The whole like 6 rows back, the whole empty row to ourselves on the floor.
That picture from Stephanie. That's a rough picture, man. That's it's just nobody back there. Yeah, that one to the right. Ooh, just sad.
Just terrible. Yeah. And then she missed the MVP debut. Of course, she's a dirt sheet, so they help her. WWE wants to bring Malachi Black back to the company. However, AEW will be able to add injury time to his deal. Injury time. Everybody.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
It's such crap because wrestling for Tony, you're automatically know you're gonna get injured. So if anybody shouldn't be adding injury time, it's him, man.
But they're saying his deal's up in early 2025. Raj Giri broke that news. Gigantic pop. Speaking of Matt Morgan and Raj, shout them out. But Malachi ain't coming back, it don't seem like, for a while, folks. After years of being the more youthful promotion, the age of the typical wrestler booked to wrestle on AEW TV is now older than that of the main roster of WWE. Look at that chart, guys.
Wow.
So look, for the first time in the history, man, the median age of wrestlers on TV and pay-per-view events on AEW is older than and remember, everyone's talking that, all these old people in WWE, they're pushing Cody, they're pushing Roman, they're all 40, blah, blah, blah. Look at this chart, dude. This is what's happening. WCW. WEW, bro. That's what this shit is. That's what they were going to originally call themselves, that. WEW.
Oh, wow.
That's a shoot, brother. You can find them saying that in interviews. crazy, man. So yeah, fucking look at that, man.
I mean, that makes sense of why their target demographic has always been dropping off. Because I mean, all their ratings are dropping off, but their key demo has been dropped off considerably. And you're pushing all these old guys. Nobody wants to see 18 to 34-year-olds don't want to watch 50-year-old Jericho out there wrestling, or it was. I mean, Ed, we love him, but he's in his 50s.
It's true. But Saraya has signed a 1-year deal with AEW, so they probably backed the Brinks truck up for her and gave her a 1-year deal. She's 32 only, so remember that. People forget that about Paige. She's young as so. Yeah, she can stay there till she's 33, till she's 35, go back to WWE and end it there. So I bet you Tony gave her $1 million for 1 year, if I had to guess. It's Saraya.
He gave her $1 million and promised to book her brother in 10 matches.